Good morning, everyone. This is your girl, Storm Lattimore, StormLattimoreENT.com. You can follow me on Twitter, MISS, StormXXX. You can also follow me on Snapchat, Storm Lattimore. Instagram, the number 4 ever, Storm Lattimore 804. So, I'm not going to make this video very long because I'm tired. But I've been meaning to do it, and I'm tired of procrastinating on things, and I want to be able to address this once and for all because it's important to me that we become, as people, non-biased and open to other people's opinions. So what I mean by that is Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris. Joe Biden, a former vice president, former senator, is running for president of the United States. He's trying to take Donald Trump's spot. And he picked Kamala Harris. Now, this video really is not intended to go into too much details about who I think is better, who I think is going to do this, and who I think is going to do that. This video is solely speaking on Kamala Harris's track record. This is speaking on Kamala Harris's tenure as a senator, as a presidential candidate. And so I want to talk about it because I've been online and I've been reading many messages and comments from people who claim to be pretty upset that Joe Biden picked Kamala Harris. And they're upset because Kamala Harris was a district attorney. And, on some spectrum, people like, I ain't voting for no police. She locked up too many black people. And, she ain't for the black man and all of this and all of that. So what I'm noticing is some form of gender prejudice, which happens oftentimes between, in my opinion, oftentimes between males and females when they are attempting to grab a position of power. And in a lot of ways, it's intimidating to some men, not all, some men. It's intimidating because they believe that a woman should not have this much power or that they cannot run a country or govern, okay? And I hate that way of thinking. I'm going to use that word hate, which is a very, very strong word, because it's basically diminishing a person, an individual, based on the fact that they are a female. Okay? And we fail to realize that there have been plenty governments, plenty cities, plenty of countries that have been ruled and ran by women. I do agree that women run government a little bit different than men. I agree with that. Not worse, not necessarily better, but different. And that's because women come from a different aspect. They come from a different point of view. They come from a different way of thinking versus the traditional male. And that's just how I feel about it. And people are, basically upset that, he picked her. And it's so hypocritical because we want to pick apart candidates so bad that we don't realize that we're not going to advance the other things that are very important to us. I had a girlfriend of mine, very, very, very intelligent girlfriend of mine. We recently were talking about how she was a Bernie Sanders supporter and cannot comprehend how he was not able to grab the nomination. And I explained to her that, you know, we vote in primaries. Every state has a primary, and we vote in that primary. So that is a collective population of people who decide they wanted to vote for whatever candidate they think is more suitable or who is going to advance their objective. And too often, people become unencouraged, and um, they become upset when their candidates are not elected, or when things don't happen to their understanding or their liking. And she couldn't understand or comprehend why the fuck them people elected, you know, Joe Biden over Bernie Sanders. And what I explained to her is, you know, we have our own objectives. We have our own goals in life, our own personal goals that we have. And so does everyone else. And they have the opportunity to vote for who they feel is going to advance their objective. And the point of what I'm trying to make is, we put the people in office who we feel is going to better advance our life, who is going to be important for our children or our family. So we keep trying to make the candidates be the most perfect candidate that we want them to be, and they cannot, because they have to be somewhat accommodating to other Americans who have different views and different walks of life. And, you know, when people tell me that they're upset, you know, that she was a police officer or a DA, you know, the top cop in LA or Oakland, wherever she was, this says to me that we are okay with people not actually doing their job. Saying that we are actually okay with people not prosecuting people who commit fucking crimes, whether they be black, white, Mexican, or whatever. So we're basically saying that the cashier at the Kroger grocery store is all cool and all, long as she doesn't ring up a couple of my items. You know, but, you know, if she ring up the other people items, that's fine. What I mean by that is this: we have an issue when we have run-ins with the law. We have issues when we have to deal with police or judges or anybody of law enforcement background. A lot of us, okay? But we don't have these same feelings when it comes to prosecuting those who have committed crimes against our parents. Or we don't have these same feelings when it comes to people who have committed crimes against our children or our loved ones or our friends or our neighbors or whoever. We want the people who have wronged them prosecuted. We want the people who have done them harm. We want them to pay for what they did. But when it's us on the chopping block, we don't like it. And I don't like the fucking police. Like, nigga, at the end of the day, I have a whole video with me crying on YouTube, with me being going through a legal system, legal problem that I had some years back. So I'm not a police fan. What I do respect is the fact that the police have a job to do. So if we can actually respect the fact that we don't fuck with them, but that they have a job to do, then we can move forward. We're trying to make the perfect candidates. Let me also be clear. Kamala Harris is the vice president, or running for vice president. So she's not the president. But we've taken our thinking off Biden and put it on her as though she's going to be running the country. She's going to be helping the president run the country, but she's not going to be the president. God forbid if Trump, wins again. So, yeah, I just think that it's a lot of hypocrisy when it comes to women trying, especially women of color. And I know that shit sounds so cliche, but I'm witnessing this shit, and I'm seeing outraged black men. I'm seeing outraged black men upset that a black woman And then someone, she's not black. Her dad was Jamaican. Nigga, if her dad was Jamaican, she black. Black is a dominant gene. Okay? You're black. They talking about, oh, that's that white supremacy, how thinking that 1 ounce of nigga blood and you a nigga. Okay, well, you black. Your daddy Jamaican, the dominant gene, the seed carrier. Your father is black. You're a black woman. You understand what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I go back to, I think about how disrespectful, people have been to Michelle Obama, the first black first lady. I've never in my whole life ever heard anybody refer to a first lady as a man, or someone having a penis, or not birthing her children. They are really stripping away everything that makes this woman a woman. And they put it out there on social media and on the news, and dumb ass people pick it up like a sponge and repeat it. They repeat exactly what they heard, and they don't know if it's true or not. And all they do, I've seen people make these videos and they stamp CNN logo on it, and then everybody's sharing it, and it's the law. People share a meme, and it's the a fucking meme, and it's the law. You feel what I'm saying? So I just want to close this out by saying that if you are having a hard time figuring out who to vote for this political season, then I advise you to vote your conscience. I would rather you vote for Trump than to not vote at all. Because yes, it's your right, and every right given to you, you should utilize. Because having a right taken away from you really opens your eyes to, like, the fact that you can't do shit that other motherfuckers can do. I'm telling y'all this from experience. And no, Joe Biden isn't a perfect candidate. No, Obama wasn't a perfect candidate. These are not God. These are not Jesus. These are men and women who are people just like you, who are capable of fucking up. You understand what I'm saying? So, those of you talking about you want to vote for an alternative candidate, for what? You're not helping the cause. You're voting for an alternative candidate. Your vote doesn't count. You're voting in vain. You know that whoever you're voting for is not going to get the nomination. You know whoever you're voting for is not going to win the presidency. Why the fuck did you get up and go and vote for this person? Who you proving anything to other than yourself? You should have stayed your ass home. It's about winning. It's not about losing. It's about winning. And it's about voting for those who most likely represent the shit that we want pushed ahead. We can't get everything we want out of the deal, but we can get a small portion, but we're not the only fucking ones either. We ain't the only ones. There's other people with goals that they want to achieve and want laws that they want to be passed. You understand what I'm saying? Which I really don't understand. One of the biggest things that a politician can do for real for the black community is reform criminal justice. Reform the laws around marijuana and reform the laws around, different things. So when you hear people talking about Obama didn't do anything for the black man, that's bullshit. Obama can only do whatever he was allowed to do. Obama wasn't God. He can't just say, oh, I'm going to do this and it'll be done. He has to go through a House and a Senate, for those of you who did not go to school to government, to learn how it works. So, you have to get other people to be in line with your views. That's democracy. And listen to people talking about, your vote don't count, da-da-da-da. Okay, fine. Then go ahead and keep shit the way it is. You out here marching with Black Lives. How you going to be marching with Black Lives Matter? How you going to be marching with Black Lives Matter and not vote? What are you trying to get changed? And how is it going to change if you don't go take your ass and vote for the people who's supposed to help this shit get changed? You out there in vain. All this you doing is for no reason. I ain't voting for them. Okay, whatever. So you comfortable with shit being the way it is. You like Trump the way he is. You like the way the country is, and that's fine. And you're entitled to feel that way. But don't open your face to say shit to me about nothing if you don't take your ass out there and vote. We can't even have a discussion about, don't cry to me about anything. Don't complain to me about how fucked up shit is. Don't talk to me or nothing because you ain't even vote. You forfeited your right to speak when it comes to government and politics and things when you choose not to vote. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just how I feel. So look, that's all I wanted to say about the issue. Some of you may agree, some of you may not. Some of you may think this is some old bitchy ass shit, but it's not. It's some real shit, and it's just about being real with yourself. It's about making sure that we do what counts and what matters. So I definitely appreciate you all for joining me on this live. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you, and I appreciate. And I'll see you all next time.